Good evening and welcome to Ringer Sports Studio. Today is Wednesday, October the 23rd. I'm Ringer Senior and I'm here with
Ringer Junior.
and we are broadcasting our YouTube channel, Ringer Sports Studio. We've been posting lots of videos over the last number of weeks, basically since the fall has started, taking advantage of the best time of year for sports. Major League Baseball playoffs, now heading to the World Series. We got college football Tuesday to Saturday, each and every week now until the season ends. We've got NFL action from Thursday to Monday. And last but not least, right now, things have kicked off last night in NBA. So now we've got an opportunity to talk about our NBA favorite pick sides, totals, props, you name it. We are covering all the action, father son duo, talking sports and enjoying sharing our thoughts and our favorite picks and information to you. So just a quick recap. Haven't posted any videos in the last number of days. Was away on the weekend in a basketball tournament. Haven't been able to post this week. Not a whole lot of action happening this week at the first part of the week. However, we are locked and loaded for tonight, which we will review a couple of different sporting events. We've got college football action, three different plays on one specific game tonight that we will review with you. And then Ringer Jr.'s got two NBA plays that he really likes for tonight to kick off. I guess the NBA season, two games kicked off last night, but the majority of the slate is running tonight. And they'll be NBA games every night of the week. So depending on our time and availability, will determine the number of videos that we do. So if you haven't had a chance to follow us, please do so. You can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up. Find us at Twitter, ColumnRing12. Like our videos there. Just to give everyone a quick recap, we are 24-8 on our 5% plays. We try to get 3 or 4 or 5% plays out per week, which is our best of the best bets that we like the most, things that jump out at us that we really want to take advantage of. We fell a little bit short last night in the Sam Houston game. I say a little bit short. We fell a lot short. Had a 5% play on the over 27.5 against FIU. Figured that Sam Houston would be able to put up way more points than what they did. A 10-7 final. It's that absolute defensive game and was very boring to watch. Two missed field goals, first and goal from the two. Couldn't make it in on four running plays. Dumpster fire for Sam Houston, but they did come out and win the game by three. But we had that as a 5% play. So it took our record to 24-8, 75%. Anyone that does follow handicapping or sports betting or reviewing sports and things of that nature, and it's an absolute phenomenal record, sitting at 24-8 in our last 32 on our 5% best bet. So heading into tonight, I've got two 5% plays, one tonight, one tomorrow that I'm going to share. And Rayer Jr., as I said, I'm going to flip it over to you to run through your NBA picks.
My first pick here, I actually got two. I don't like taking too many NBA picks to start the season. About a couple weeks in, I'll start taking more. But I actually got two tonight. I like some totals. I do like Atlanta versus Brooklyn. I like the over 222 and a half points. Atlanta last year, they scored 118 and gave up 120. They don't have their defensive guy in DeJounte Murray. He got traded or signed with somebody in the offseason. Brooklyn, they only scored 110 last year and gave up 113. They did lose Mikal Bridges and a couple other pieces, but I do see Atlanta probably putting up 120, and that means we only need about 105 from Brooklyn. So I do like this over 222 and a half. And I'm going to take that as a 3% play. And my other 3% play in the NBA is going to be uh, the the Indiana Pacers over 120 and a half team total against a pretty bad Detroit Pistons team. Last year they did score 123 points a game. That did lead the league. And Detroit did give up 119. That was bottom five teams. Also last year Indy was 4-0 on this over under on the team total. I believe they scored 145 against them, 135, 125 twice, I think. So they've gone well over against Detroit in the past couple of years. So I do like that also as a 3% play.
All right, good observation, good analysis based on your record for those 3% overplays tonight. One team total and one overall total for the Atlanta game. So good luck with that. I'm going to flip gears over to college football tonight. We got Middle Tennessee State against Jacksonville State, and I'm looking at two different team totals. And I would have a lean on the actual game itself, the overall total at 63, but I'm hesitant on making an official play for the same reason as I mentioned. I've got one over team total and one under. So I'm looking at the under. Middle Tennessee State as a 4% play under 21.5. They've only got over this total one time in their last five. They've got to 21 twice, 13 and 7. They're not a good offensive team. They're not a good passing team. And I think Jacksonville State is going to get a huge lead to start. They're going to have to pass the ball, and Jacksonville defense will keep them under 3 touchdowns. I can't see them scoring 3 touchdowns in this game at all. I can see them scoring 2 touchdowns and 2 field goals and getting it to 20, but I can't see this one getting up and over 21.5 because they are going to play from behind. They will have a lot of possessions tonight because Jacksonville State moves very quickly, likes to score quickly, likes to move the ball as fast as possible. So even if they do score within 2 minutes, that means MTSU is going to have more opportunities to have the ball, but I think a lot of them will be a lot of passing plays, a lot of 3 and outs, a lot of couple of maybe 1 or 2 drives that are sustained after 2 or 3 minutes and have to punt. So the only concern I have is a backdoor cover here because I think the game is going to be wide spread, which takes me to my 5% play. So I'm going to make that a 4% play under 21.5. Moving to my 5% play, we're taking Jacksonville State over 41.5 points. This team has averaged over 50 in their last three. They're an absolute offensive phenom in terms of moving the ball. They score quick. They like to run and pass the ball and do well extremely both on both sides. I think their average play is around 7+ yards per play. And I do think they're going to be able to move the ball and put up a lot of points here. This is going to be a huge 5% play. I'm going back to the well after Sam Houston's over didn't come in, taking that team total over 41.5, 5% play Jacksonville State. Again, I would lean to the over itself at 63.5, 64, because I think Jacksonville State's going to get 45. And if they get 45 and MTSU gets 20, that's up and over that total, which is kind of what the score that I'm predicting is a 45-20, 45-17. So I'm a little bit reluctant on making an official play in the over, but I know what Ringer Jr. is going to talk about based on my selections with regards to the actual spread itself. So Ringer Jr., what do you like on this one?
That's when I like Jacksonville State minus 20.5, going with both of Ringer Senior's over and under team total picks. I see Jacksonville State probably putting up 45, 48, 51 points. Middle Tennessee probably putting up 17, 20. I probably see Jacksonville State winning this game by 31 points. Their offense in the last 3 games, 54, 63, 44, absolutely been a scoring machine, and Middle Tennessee's defense is not too good at all. As I said, 45, 48, 40. Sorry, 48, 45, 51, all around there. I love this minus 20.5 also as a 3% play.
And Jacksonville State's at home, so the game's going to be televised on national television. So teams are going to want to perform. So Jacksonville State's probably going to run up that score and hopefully cover. Maybe a slight chance of a backdoor cover if they're way up, and would be my only concern. But I think it's a good play across all three of those picks. All right, last pick of the night. Heading to tomorrow night, we got Syracuse at Pitt. Pitt number 19 in the country against Syracuse. Pitt's one of the few teams that are undefeated at 6-0, and Syracuse sitting at 5-1. So looking at these two specific matchups, I really like the side here with Syracuse at +6. The line's already moved to 5.5. Means a lot of money's coming in on Syracuse, sharp money as well. I like this for a number of reasons. Pittsburgh is 6-0, but they've really had to scramble to get their wins. So you got to give them credit for pulling out the wins. They won a tight one at home to California in a 2-point game, low scoring 17-15. They did beat UNC by 10. That game was much closer than what the actual score was. They beat them by 10. They had a blowout, 73-17, in a non-specific game against Young State, and then tight win to West Virginia by 4, tight win to Cincy by 1. One of those games was at home with West Virginia. So they're winning all these tight games and tight scores. At some point in time, their luck's going to change. And Syracuse is coming off, a big win to NC State by 7. They went out to UNLV and beat them in overtime by 3 in an absolute shootout game. Holy Cross, not a big deal. Stanford, they lost by 2. Probably should have won that game, but they beat Georgia Tech, so they easily could be undefeated as well. I actually like Syracuse on the money line here as well. I'd sprinkle a little bit. Don't have an actual play on this one, but I do love the +6 points for Syracuse. I'm making this. This might be my best pick in the last couple of weeks. I really think this one's going to come in. Just because Pitt's undefeated doesn't mean they should be, and I think this game's going to be a 3-point game, one possession game. One side or the other is going to win by 3. I'd sprinkle a little bit on that money line with Syracuse. Give me a 5% play, Syracuse +6. All right, there you have it. There's a recap. If you haven't had a chance to check us out, as I said, please do so at Colin Ring 12 at Twitter or at Ringer Sports Studio on our YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. We don't have a whole lot of viewers that are watching this, but people are actually viewing the videos. Haven't seen too many thumbs up, but I will tell you, if you are tuning in and you do take our 5% plays, you would actually be doing okay for yourself. Like I said, 24 and 8 on our plays. You're $100 better or something like that. You would actually be up. What is it? 24, 32. You'd actually be about $1,600 just in the last month and a half that we made these 5% plays. So you'd be doing really good for yourself. Pretty good, solid return. So check us out. Wednesday night action. We'll be recording again tomorrow for some more NBA action as well as college football, and we got an NFL game tomorrow night as well. Haven't checked to see if we're going to make anything on that one, but please like, subscribe. Have a wonderful night. If you like them, make them, and